controls the field of view, so you can see the mountains or book.
Nearsighted, farsighted.
Exactly, so
Okay.
farsighted for near test.
Okay.
Okay. These little holes there, they're for the peripheral testing. We'll do that at the end.
Okay.
But that's what those are. When we press certain buttons, you'll see, like, you'll see the little flashing light there. That's what the person responds to. So you have what's called the occupational model, which is designed for for the occupational workplace, and how it was developed. Purdue University back in the 50s. They classified jobs, according to different types of jobs back then. So they're similar today, but there are some, mobile operator, machine inspections, that'd be quality person. So you don't necessarily need to worry about this clerical, but that's how this came about, because then these different job skills, depending on the job, like an inspector might, have to have better near vision than a mobile operator. So that's what it was really designed for, was testing in the workplace. This is a real handy book. Try not to lose this book, because this will help anyone who's going to give a test. It explains, step by step what the tests are, and even down to how to ask the questions. So we're going to kind of go through it as if we were just starting it, and then we'll apply it to the test result. So the first test, and again, the thing about a vision screener, it's a gross screening tool. It's a pre-diagnostic, so it's not going to give us a prescription. It's just going to tell us who needs further, eye examination or whatever, if there's some visual capacity that has a problem. So it goes from kind of the most gross motor skill to the more fine. So the first one it tests for is what's called binocular vision. How well do the eyes, function together? So if I'll go ahead and ask you if you wouldn't mind, just look in there so you see what I'm talking about. That's it. You want to put your forehead up against the screen there. There. So how many of those cubes do you see?
3.
Right. So what happens there? So again, this is a real simple test. It just tests binocularity. One eye is looking at these two, and the other eye is looking at these two.
Okay.
So it's red, white, and blue. So they merge together, and you see 3. So right away we know that the correct answer is, so it gives you the test, ages, gives you some tips about asking, and then the question. How many cubes do you see? Patient answers 3. And here's the pass-fail criteria. If they say 3, it's a pass. Obviously their vision is good. Those two images merge together. If they say 4, then they're having trouble merging those images. If they say 2, then they're obviously they don't have vision in one eye. So that's why we do this test first, obviously, because a lot of times people don't really want to disclose that up front if they either have super poor vision in one eye. So that's the first test that they get through. So the answer is very simple. 3 is a cube. So we just, line number 1, binocular vision. If they circled 3 cubes, so you would just circle 3 on the answer score. So the next one is for acuity. So again, it gives you a description of it, and all you do to advance the test, you just take the wheel and rotate it to where the 2 is in the middle. You see right there on the side.
Yeah.
So that's how we'll know what test we're on. So now this acuity test, unlike the old Snellen chart with the letters, it uses what's called Landolt rings. So if you want to look in there, you'll see what I'm talking about. So these different rings have they have openings in them, and one of the rings is a circle, complete circle. So so what you can do is ask the person starting with the smallest target you can see. What is the position of the unbroken ring? Top, bottom, left, or right?
So which one is open? The smallest one?
Yes. What group of
Number 8.
number 8?
The one
And
to the left.
okay, how about number 7? Which ring is unbroken?
The one to the left. Oh, number 8 is the one to the right, and number left is number 7.
Exactly. Can you read number 9?
The top one?
All right, how about 10?
No.
Okay. So you didn't know you were going to get a vision test today, did you? But, so,
Did I fail?
well, your vision's fine. You read to line number 7 was your correct last answer, 2030. Okay, so it actually is it is a little under what we consider 2020, but again, it depends on, you know, some like that would pass as far as going for your driver's license, 2030.
I can still drive.
Yes. So it depends on what the criteria is, but this, again, going back to the book here, so if we look at this one now, so we're going to put down here, so we go with both eyes, we would just mark off the last, you can check how do they describe it, mark off the last correct. How to record. Last acuity level correctly seen with both eyes. So for you it was would have been level number 7. So we would just mark through number 7.
Number 7, okay.
I'm just going to mark these as we go, because I want to show you at the end how it's all scored.
Okay.
Do you need to get in here? Sure.